Hello, welcome to Jump and Shoot Bros. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jeremy.
I shoot.
I jump.
And we're bros.
And we beat Mega Man X4 last time.
Yep, that definitely happened.
We definitely got through it. We didn't. The fourth attempt of us playing through that game definitely didn't end in failure like the first three.
Nope. And so now we're moving on logically to Mega Man X5.
That's right. Now this game, this is a game. So real quick, I'm gonna ask you what you think. There's several different ways I can approach this game.
I think you should play it the way that where you don't play the game at all and you just try to shoot to the moon or whatever.
Just go for it.
Just don't even play the game.
Yeah.
Just don't play it. Just go for the game.
So
like, what's the percentage chance that you don't have to play the game?
100% chance. 100% chance you don't have to beat any of the bosses. Now, whether or not it's as successful as you'd like for it to be, lower than that.
Okay.
There's a very good possibility that we lose 0 if we do that. If that happens, I'm going to restart the game.
Okay.
But that's only like 10 minutes in, so...
Oh, okay. Well, then just try it, see what happens.
Just try it and see what happens, okay.
I mean, I guess I would like to see the whole game you played, but...
Yeah.
You know, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, I mean,
it is your favorite Mega Man X game.
If it happens, if I end up losing 0, then we will just play the whole game.
Okay.
Although, you know what I might do? I might just do whatever the fuck I want.
Okay.
And if I don't lose 0, I might still go back and fight some of them average, just for fun. Honestly, I don't know how well I can get through the end of the game with no power-ups.
Okay.
That's going to be tough. So.
Well, so Jeremy, I've got a question for you then. We're looking at this and it doesn't have
it's loading for a long time.
It doesn't have
seems to be loading for a long time.
Well, I mean, it's PlayStation games. They take a while to load.
Yeah, I'm just trying to load the first stage of the game. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
They take a while to load.
Okay.
As you know.
I've just played this game a lot, and I don't remember this happening.
You've only played it on the Legacy Collection. It's totally different. That's a PS2.
I played it on the PS1 back in the day.
There's a possibility the PS1 is not
This is
working.
exactly what it felt like when we got to halfway through Split Mushroom stage that one time.
There's a possibility that this PS1
will that work?
That PS2 will probably work.
Let's just do that.
It'll probably work.
Is it hooked up? Is it hooked up? Can we just switch them out?
No.
No?
There is a little bit of work I'll need to do, but it shouldn't be a big deal.
It doesn't you take the same...
It does, but it's PS2 has extra settings in it. They're not set up right for this right now.
Oh.
So it's good. It's fine. It just took a while to load.
Yeah, if it takes that long
Jeremy,
it
just takes a while. Jeremy, we're gonna know whether you're restarting it within the next 10 minutes anyway.
Yeah, but what if we have like the perfect RNG?
Then save the game sometimes, and then maybe there won't be a problem.
Oh, I guess it can take a PS1 memory card, huh?
Yeah, and also just in general, save the game because the PS1 is clearly highly unreliable and unstable.
Oh,
we can't trust it.
Playing one of these PlayStation games with Mega Man.
Yeah. Is it fun?
Yes.
Is that the word?
I only did this for one reason, and that's that if you start with 0, you just get regular X, but if you start with X, you get the armor from Mega Man X4.
Okay.
You start the game with the armor from Mega Man X4.
So, was this game rushed?
This game? I don't know how rushed this game was. X6 was for sure.
Well, because
this game came out a couple years after X4.
The reason I ask is because it appears to just be it appears to me that, you know, with the lack of the FMV cutscenes and all that stuff, like maybe this was a lower budget game than X4.
It could be.
Or possibly well, yeah, at the very least, a lower budget game.
Right.
Than X4. Because X4 really feels like they pulled out all the stops.
Right. They did a good job.
Except for, you know, getting voice actors.
Right.
That's just the American release, though. The Western release. Capcom didn't care back then.
Right. They didn't care about Americans.
Presumably they did start to care at some point because they put a lot more effort into releasing games here since this time period, but you know.
Right.
You have to fight Sigma in the opening stage of the game. Aren't opening stage bosses normally just like giant, like hit them 3 times and you're good type situations?
Well, for the first 3 games, yeah, but X4 has a pretty decent opening boss. The big dragon thing.
Not if you're Zero.
If you know how to fight him, you can beat him really fast, but it still takes several hits.
Yeah. But you can get him done in like 1 cycle of him landing, though. You can kill him.
Right, right.
I mean, it's not too difficult. But this looks like a legitimately a boss.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's some work that goes into it.
I mean, you did die that one time just now.
Right. Well, I was already at low health, so.
Yeah. So you just get to have the X4 armor?
Yeah.
And then you get X5 armor at some point?
Yes, 2. You get 3 armors in this game.
Oh.
Actually 4 if you count the ultimate armor. There are 4 different armors in this game. This is the game that kicked off the whole multiple armors in a Mega Man X game. Because you start out the next game with the Falcon armor, which is one of the armors from this game, and then you get 2 more armors plus the ultimate armor.
The Hunter HQ situation. That's because of X4, right?
Yeah.
X4 caused that to become a major part of this game, right?
Right. Yeah. But then it became just like a staple in the Mega Man X series after that.
That was a Sonic mistake.
Like this girl, freaking annoying as hell.
Yeah, and she like, Mega Man, Mega Man.
Yeah, yes. That's where the Mega Man thing comes from.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
It's Alias, this girl. You'll see. You'll see.
So
right now.
So she literally says, Mega Man, Mega Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, she doesn't literally say that, but
that's where
I mean,
that's what Aaron Hansen was criticizing, probably.
It's like before you do anything, it's like we gotta explain all this to you, which it did this in X4.
It did,
but
and I always thought that was like a real time sync.
Right. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So these 4 guys on the left, they have parts of the Enigma, which is a laser that you want to shoot at the colony. These 4 guys have parts for the shuttle that you can launch at the colony. But what you're supposed to do is fight these 4, then launch the laser. And if the laser is not successful, then you fight these 4 and launch the shuttle. Okay. But you can also just fire the laser now if you want to.
Accuracy, 32%.
So you can do that.
Why did they design this game this way?
I have no idea. You don't. The accuracy gets better if you have all the parts and the destructive. But you can be successful just firing it right off the bat. And this, not successful. If it was successful, it would have gone through. You would see the laser go through the colony. So we destroyed 62% apparently of it.
Okay.
So so there's.
Can we fire it again?
No, that's just a 1 shot. You only have 1 laser in there.
There's only 1 laser in there.
They only loaded up 1 laser in there.
Can we reload the lasers?
We don't have any extras laying around.
Dang.
We have 1 laser. That's all. So now we're gonna launch the shuttle. They gotta explain what 4 guys have the parts for the shuttle.
Can you just launch the shuttle without getting the parts?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
That's what I'm about to do.
How does that work?
It doesn't have an engine. It doesn't have a fuel tank. But you can launch it anyway.
How are we launching it?
Okay, so here's the deal. So here is where it gets interesting as far as how the gameplay changes. Because Zero volunteers to pilot the shuttle. So there's a chance he may not come back alive.
Okay.
There you go. 54%. Well, colony won't be issued. Mission has failed.
Did we win?
No, we destroyed half of the Earth. Actually, that's what. That's what happened. The damage was immeasurable. That's what we get for cutting corners. So it's something like a 5 to 15% chance that either of those is going to work.
Okay. But you said it was 100% chance that we could avoid fighting them.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay. All I want to know is if Zero is here or not. Nah, damn it.
What's the deal?
So he's all like Sigma virus infected. That means you can't use him.
Ah. That's what the Sigma virus looks like.
Yeah. And his words to X as he opens his eyes is, "Your X. I will destroy you."
Oh dang.
Alright, so now we gotta figure out what we want to do here. I can't use Zero.
Well then fuck it.
Yeah.
Restart the game.
Yeah.
Let's
So
bail on this.
but anyway,
shit.
just to show you, now these are the final stages. I'm in the final stages of the game now. Didn't fight anybody and even failed my mission, but still am in the final stages of the game.
Right. Weird. Why?
Yeah. That's just,
why'd they do this?
Just the way it was made. I have no idea. So anyway, this stage, fuck this stage. I'll give you a little preview and then we can start the game over. It's this bullshit. One hit,
I've
kill.
I've seen you play this.
You may have seen me play Quickman stage in Mega Man 2. It's basically exactly the same.
Well, no, I mean, I have seen you play.
Have you
this
seen
game,
me
though.
play this part of this game? Too?
I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, this seems like the Mega Man X5 version of this. Seems like something I've seen before.
All right.
So I haven't seen you play this game a lot. Like
so now what we can do, if you want to give it one more shot, I saved right before that. So we can give it another shot and see if our RNG works out a little bit better this time.
Okay. We'll try that.
And then if it doesn't work this time, then fuck it. We'll just play the whole game. We'll just play this game. We'll play Mega Man X5.
Okay. Yeah. If it doesn't work, we'll actually play the game.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy to think of, but
I mean, some of these old games actually required that you play them.
You know what sucks about this game? That I noticed right off the bat.
What?
That they use the freaking dumb Capcom intro thing.
Yeah.
The one the little.
Oh yeah.
Instead of the. Sick.
I think they only
Capcom
used that
logo.
for like 2 Mega Man games, X4 and 8. I think
Yeah, but
that's
all Capcom games during that time period had
Right.
that intro. That was how Capcom intros worked.
Yep.
And then they changed it to that dumb one.
Yep.
And that's what Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the Dreamcast has also. And it really bums. Yeah, it really bums me out because the laser, awesome, sick tiles flying together.
Yep.
Is really cool.
Yep. It
just goes to show how much Capcom did not know what the fuck they were doing.
Right. Okay, Enigma failed again. See, if the Enigma succeeds, you don't even have to risk 0.
I wonder if there was any copyright patent violations
on the Enigma
over the space shuttle being literally the space
shuttle.
shuttle.
Space shuttle. Yeah.
I mean, it is literally
it's just
the
space shuttle. Yeah. I don't know. Did you think NASA
did NASA sue?
I don't think NASA cares.
NASA should sue.
See what, like, I guess, you know, and this is like a relic of the past. Like, they found this space shuttle laying around.
I see. And they're like, well, I guess we'll have to use it because our laser failed and we don't have any more laser bullets.
Yep.
We're out of laser rounds.
Damn it, it's failed again.
The exact same.
Yeah.
Now, if it successfully destroys the colony, do you still risk 0?
No, I think you pretty much come back. But I think there's still a chance that you can come back. Anyway. Alright, we'll play the game. Fine.
Okay, so...
but there's still a chance. There is a chance that even if you beat all 8 Mavericks, I think there's still a chance that 0 cannot survive.
Did we win?
No, this is not good. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks very much like the same exact outcome.
Yeah. So we were gonna try to not have to play the game, but I guess we just need to go ahead and play the game.
Yeah. Seems that way.
You still got Mega Man X4 up there as our title.
Oh. Oops.
Our artwork.
Well, let me fix that. I completely forgot. I mean, I went and got an image of X5, but I didn't put it up.
Yeah.
There you go, guys.
Just slap it in there. You don't have to resize it.
No, I'll resize it. Yeah, that'll be good enough.
Yeah. 0's cat ears don't have to be in the picture.
No. 0's not a cat ear having guy. Those are horns, Jeremy. They're horns.
They're definitely cat ears.
They're horns. 0's an evil man with horns. He's not a kawaii neko.
I'm pretty sure Dr. Wily had kawaii neko on the brain.
Yeah. Probably. Okay. I wouldn't put it past him. That sick fuck.
Alright, so we're gonna play it as intended. Starting with a boss that you're not supposed to fight yet. So whatever.
Well, I mean, he's one of the Mavericks.
He's one of the 8 that we need to fight. So here you go. Here's Mega Man. I'm not even joking. Every single level, multiple times throughout the level. This is the lava area. Blah blah blah. It's very dangerous.
Why is this happening?
Because that's the game.
Can you not just play the game like you did with every other Mega Man X game up to this point?
I mean, just wait. You haven't even seen nothing.
No, I'm already pissed off about what I have seen.
Yeah. I mean, by far the worst thing about this game was... by far the worst thing about this game.
I wonder if there's a mod out there for it. Somebody's like hacked the game to
to not have
any dialogue.
So oh, hey, wait! There's a lot of lava below us. Blah blah blah.
What?
There's lava intervals. Blah blah blah. Okay. There's lava below us. Let's jump down. Oh, watch out below you! Are
you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding you, and that is exactly what the sequel out of this episode is all about.
Why do you play this game? Why is X5 your favorite?
It's not.
But you play this game all the time. Why did you ever play it more than just whenever you realize that this is the bullshit? Are you kidding me? Jeremy, do you get to play the game?
Yeah. It gets less bad over time.
Is it every time you go into a level?
Yes. Every time you start a new level, like if you go back into a level, it doesn't.
Why? How does it get less bad if it's this every level?
Well, because this is a particularly technical level. I don't know. It might be bad throughout the game. I just have blocked it out of my mind at this point.
What is wrong with Capcom? What was wrong with them?
Because they think that everyone is a moron and doesn't know how to figure out how to play a game.
But they only thought that after making what? Fucking 13, 14 Mega Man games?
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, oh shit, nobody knows how to play Mega Man.
See, that's what I do. It's just like skip it really fast. So I just instinctively start hitting the L and R button.
Yeah, it's just that.
Hey, look, there's a mech suit over there. Let's get it.
Does anybody even speedrun this game?
Yes.
Oh my god, why? Like, this game is like...
Well, the text is actually an obstacle to the speedrunning. Like, how fast can you scroll through text?
Like, that sucks, though. That's bullshit. That, like, puts... The text itself is probably the biggest factor in the overall possible shortest time.
Yep.
Just because, like, by virtue of the fact that it takes up a certain amount of time, you can't actually play it any shorter.
Yeah.
So
the top times for this game are in the, like, 20s. Like, maybe, like, 18 to 20 minutes. Because of the fact that you actually don't have to play the game.
Right.
You can skip literally all of this and still beat the game.
Right. But only if you're like, only if you got real good luck. Right?
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, if you're proficient with X as well, then it doesn't matter if 0 dies.
Oh, I guess that's true.
The game is beatable from the start without fighting a Maverick, regardless of how your luck is.
I don't know that I... Now, you know, I'll tell you this for a fact. I don't like the soundtrack in this game.
No, it's not as good.
This game's soundtrack blows.
Yeah.
Compared to X4.
Yeah, and X6 has an even worse soundtrack. Dude, you better drink some beer while they're cold.
I'll have a weed garden. Don't worry, Jeremy. I'll get the power outlet run eventually. It's just I can only do so many projects per days off.
That's fine. Back porch ceiling fan was more important today than cold beer tonight.
Yeah, back porch ceiling fan and lighting, grill lighting took top priority.
All right.
I also had to mow the lawn earlier too, so
yeah,
that took some of my day as well. Who's this guy? Who's this gay?
Dynamo, and he absolutely has no bearing on the game whatsoever.
Yeah. Cool.
You fight him later.
I see.
For what reason, I don't know. Let's see. Let's fight Grizzly Slash.
Grizzly Slash. Oh,
right,
so this is the game.
Yeah, this is the game that has all the
Guns N' Roses characters.
Yeah.
Grizzly Slash. Well, I mean, I see it.
Yeah,
he does look like he looks like a grizzly slashing kind of guy.
Yeah. And he's got the big curly hair and the top hat. Shreds the guitar.
Well, no, I was just talking about like the grizzly and the slash part.
No, I mean the names are fitting, but you know, now that you've kind of drawn my attention a little more to the annoyance of Alia, I probably should go through and like count the number of times she interrupts just your normal gameplay.
It's unbelievable. As I'm watching this, I am not believing that it's real. Okay.
I don't know. See, the thing is, like, when you're in a boardroom meeting and you're talking about like what makes the next good game, whose idea is it You know what we should do? We should completely like take the immersion completely out, and like just completely take the player out of the game, like 40 times in every stage. Like, and who is it that said, "Oh, you know what? That's a great idea. We never thought about making you read a bunch of boring text in the middle of your action. Like, you cannot proceed until, oh, the truck's about to, really? Is the truck about to explode?
I've not seen it.
I never would have guessed.
Dude. I'm just not seeing how this truck is about to explode. You know, I had no idea. The countdown that says go is not telling me anything useful right now. Yeah, like, it's one thing to have to say, okay, you know, we want to make the game more accessible, right? We want to make it more accessible. So let's put in a tutorial mode, right? Where you can have this character.
There is one.
Oh. Well, see,
there's actually a tutorial mode where you can learn the basics of the game.
See, what I was thinking was like have a tutorial text mode where she would talk to you, just like she does right now.
Yeah.
As a thing that's optional, right?
Oh, as an option to play through the game.
When you start the game, it asks you, would you like to play the game? Would you like to play the game in, you know, hardcore professional MLG Pro mode, or would you like to play the game in baby shit poop your pants mode? You know. Yeah. And then the only difference would be that you would have the tutorial messages and stuff throughout the game, but otherwise, you know, it's the same. So, you know, where's the MLG Pro mode? That's what I want to know. Like, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yep. It is really dumb.
The PlayStation appears to be struggling to load the music.
To
stream the music.
Yes, that is a thing that's happening right now.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It was working great with the X4 disc.
Yeah.
Because I played through Split Mushroom stage, just for good measure.
Oh, yeah? And
got through it just fine. And then Split Mushroom was all...
Right.
And I was all, fuck this. And I turned off the PlayStation at that point.
Yeah.
Because I am not good at the game.
Yeah.
And I lost Split Mushroom several times.
I think my thumb being pretty well burnt is messing with my ability to do the slash dash thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I was doing some slash dash cancels the other day. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I was just like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah. You're probably better under that than I am at this point.
It was super stylish, and but I felt that its utility was limited.
Really? Mm-hmm. How so?
Well, because you can only do it when you're like standing still. Like while you're doing it, you're standing still. So like most enemies are moving around.
It's for draining a boss's life bar really quick.
Yeah. I was only in Split Mushroom stage, and he doesn't stand still long enough to be able to use that.
But most bosses do, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Most bosses have a good long period where they're just standing on the ground about to attack you.
Mm-hmm.
Like this guy, for instance.
Yeah?
Oh, of course, you gotta get close enough to him. Okay.
Yeah, this guy's not very quick on his feet.
I mean, that's what it's for.
Why do the bosses have a little level symbol underneath them?
They level up throughout the game. Like as you go, you'll see their levels getting higher. The more experience you get, RPG. The higher the boss's level gets.
So it's like an RPG.
Yeah, and their level really has to do with just like how much HP they have, because the first few bosses you fight, their life bar will be smaller and it gets bigger over time.
I see.
I don't know why.
So it's kind of just like...
But at the end of the game, when you go through the boss free fights, every boss is level 96.
Okay.
And their life bar takes up the whole side of the screen.
Oh, wow.
So the refights take a fucking long time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Okay, let's see. So I got Grizzly Slash, so I'll go to Duff McWhalen.
So, at what point did somebody look at this and be like, "What the fuck happened here?" When did that happen?
Clearly, they didn't it didn't go through QC at Capcom of America before they released it.
Yeah, I don't understand that. What a strange time in video games.
Yeah. I mean, you would think like the 80s would be the Wild West of video games, but I think the early PlayStation era was really a Wild West time of video games as well.
Well, I mean, I guess. Well,
you recognize this music?
Yeah, I've heard it before.
It's Bubbly Crablos' music. From
Good to know that
X2.
Good to know that they've been really creative with their music.
I mean, you know, when I first played this game, I was like, "Holy crap! It's Bubble Crab's music!" Yeah. I mean, it was cool, nostalgic, like an HD remake.
You know what it really was, though? It was cost effective.
Right. Yeah. Mega Man X6 rehashes Sigma 3's music from X2 as well. X2 was just a good game for music, though. It had really good music. So, reusing X2 music is always cool.
What is it with twos?
Huh?
What is it with twos and having good music?
But like Mario 2.
Well, no, Mega Man 2.
Yeah.
That's the popular one.
Yeah. Mega Man 2 had good music.
And X2 had good music. And Mario 2.
Have you ever noticed?
What I meant to say was Doki Doki Panic 2.
Have you did you ever realize that the title music for Mario 2 is the underwater theme from Mario 1?
No.
Pull it up on your phone. Listen to like Mario, like Super Mario Bros. Underwater theme. Then pull up Mario 2 title card music.
Okay.
Because I think I realized like maybe last year.
You said Super Mario Brother.
Super Mario Brothers, like NES underwater theme.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
Now look up Doki Doki Mario 2's title theme.
Super Mario Brothers 2 thing. Yep.
You hear it?
Well,
no, you were listening. That was the level. That was the stage theme. I could hear it. Was it the dun 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 dun? Yeah.
Hold on a second.
The opening theme. No.
Okay, yeah. Yep. It's just like weird sounding, but it is.
It's the same theme. And I think I realized that like last year, like very, very recently. I was like, holy crap, that's the same song.
Okay, let's see what Doki Doki Panic's opening theme is.
Okay. And then look up Doki Doki Literature Club's opening theme. You look up Doki Doki Literature Club's opening theme, you'll be like, did you mean Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD?
Well, it's definitely not the same.
Not the same? No, I mean, they Mario-ified it. That's what they did.
Okay, Doki Doki Literature Club. OST. Oh, no, that's the freaking lyrics and stuff version. Doki Doki Literature Club opening thing. I think it's the same.
It's the same as Doki Doki Panic?
No, as Mario 2.
Oh, Mario 2, okay.
I think it's the same. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I think it's the same.
It's the same.
It's the same as the opening theme, though.
Right. Which is also the same as the underwater theme in Super Mario Bros.
Yeah. Yep. Wow, it's all connected. And you know what else? You know what else? Doki Doki Literature Club has 4 main characters. Right?
Dude.
You know what I'm saying? You know what else has 4 main characters?
Super Mario Brothers 2.
And Doki Doki Panic.
Yep. It's all the same. It all connects.
Crack the code right there. Oh, man. Well, anyway. Hey, Jeremy, what's our topic for today? It's organizing your shit.
Yeah.
And by that, what we mean is not like organizing your
belongings.
Not like organizing your Rolodex.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
We're talking about organizing your things that you have planned with your family.
Right. So what we
not necessarily family, friends also, whatever. If you've got plans,
and we have exactly
that shit.
One opinion on this.
Yeah, you should get a group me.
Yes.
Get a group me just for whatever group of people you need to organize a thing with.
Yeah.
Let's say there's a special event coming up, right? A special event, a happening of sorts, a gathering, a get-together, anything of that nature. And you need to get a group of people on the same page, right? How might you go about doing this, Jeremy? Well, in the past, one way that you can go about doing this
is for everybody to talk to everyone else one-on-one and relay information.
Well, no, that's not even accurate though, because it's really like everybody talks to like one other person one-on-one.
Right.
And then they all get their information from a couple of different people who are not on the same page.
Right.
To the point that there are 2 completely separate, different plans that half of each group of people, of the group of people, are working off of.
Yep.
So that 2 groups of people have both made arrangements for either plan. Like, everybody did their part. They made their arrangements, but
for 2 separate.
But for 2 separate, time and date.
Yeah.
Situations going on there. And yeah, this is I realize this is a very specific, localized thing that has happened to us, and excuse me, may not apply directly to whoever may or may not be watching or listening, but something like this is going to come up in your life. Right. And the important thing, I think, at least this is where I'm at, is that you need to create a group me. Right.
Everyone should have a group me for their family.
Right.
Or friends.
Or friend groups that you might be organizing events with. Mm-hmm. Because it will make your life easier. Now, if you work for a company that uses group me for company purposes, then you're already probably pretty familiar with what it is.
Yeah. And is group me specifically intended for businesses, or what is it intended? What is it marketed
I have
for?
no idea what group me is for.
Because I've never heard of GroupMe outside of the job that we used to have together.
I only ever knew of GroupMe from Mom. Her job, they used GroupMe.
Okay.
So then I started working here, and we use GroupMe.
Right.
And so I guess it's just a thing that's common to use for businesses. But I don't know, man. I don't know what it's meant for. It may be meant for business communication.
Yeah.
That's just an easy way to handle group communication and stuff. But because businesses use it a lot. I know a lot of businesses do. But it's good for personal use also. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I like it.
I gotta concentrate here just for a second.
Oh yeah.
This is the most frustratingly challenging bike section in any game I've ever played.
Does she talk to you sometimes while you're in the video?
No. But that would be frustrating. You have to collect all these while not dying.
Okay. See, looks exciting and fun. Is it fun?
It's alright. It's frustrating.
Is it like the minecart level in Donkey Kong where it's like frustrating, but it is rewarding and fun?
I would say that like I've practiced this a whole lot, so it's not going to be as frustrating for me as it would be like if you picked it up and tried it right now. But it's like that kind of shit. You cannot cancel that. So if you've done that and you're too close to the wall, you're just fucked. Like you're done.
You can't slash dash cancel out of that.
No. So you gotta you really have to time your slides like that. You really have to time your slides well, but you can't not slide because those breakable things that I was going through.
Yeah, they only break whenever you shoot or slide them.
Oh shit. Yes, but you can't mash the shoot button enough in those hallways to clear all of them without dashing.
Let me see.
So you have to dash. Shit, that was stupid. You have to dash to clear all of those. But if you dash too early, then you don't clear them all. If you dash too late, you get smashed. I mean, that's... Right. So I've put a lot of practice into this, and I haven't played this in like 2 years. So
do they realize? I don't know. Why would you make a game that is clearly based on your core game design? Supposed to appeal to low intelligence,
right.
low
Okay, so why
players?
have a tutorial for literally everything, but this part they just throw you to the wolves and they're like, fucking do it.
Well, why even have this part in a game if your target audience is so low level, low skill, clearly based on other game design aspects? Did you not get that one?
Yeah,
it's fairly certain that you passed right through it.
I passed through it. I didn't get it though.
Unreliable hitbox.
By the way, these are not required. They are to get the armor in this level.
Oh. But you do still have to get through the...
Yes.
Good lord.
Good lord. That's the end of it. I was at the end.
Okay.
If I hadn't gotten smashed there, that was the end. That is the hardest part of the whole thing, though. Fucking hell. Because... that's a required dash, and you have like a second to react there. Not even a second. Motherfucker. Now I'm just forgetting where to go. Oh, but yeah, I've heard the same 4-second loop of. I made the same mistake 3 times in a row. I've heard the same 4-second loop of this beginning of this stage so many times.
Do you know it by heart?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, hey, at least it's one of those things where you don't invest too much time.
I'm going through that.
Yeah.
It's just not collecting it. Anyway, what now?
At least it's one of those things where you haven't invested too much time by the time you've failed.
Right. Oh yeah, I mean, and that's why I haven't ever really gotten so frustrated in this stage, because that was just bullshit. Because you're not, I mean, this whole section takes about 15 seconds from start to finish. It's like a 15-second section, but it's 15 seconds of just super tight jumps and slides, and it's actually pretty fun. Don't get me wrong, like it is fun, but it's frustrating at the same time.
Well, it reminds me of a couple of different areas in Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I mean, the way I play the game is not how most people play it, so it's not. They're not as difficult as they are for me to do.
That's it.
You know.
Yeah.
It's more difficult for me to do it than the average person.
Why?
Because I'm trying to no damage it.
Sure, right.
So
you're trying to S rank.
So I'm trying to S rank every time I play.
So generally, most people would just be okay with whatever result they got.
Right, but to me, it's like, as far as I'm concerned, taking any damage is the equivalent of failing. Right. So I restart at that point. So there are areas of that game that are pretty much the exact same as watching you do this over and over again, because it's like go in there, try to do my exact sequence of how I handle the situation, fail by getting hit by something, start over, keep doing it over and over again until I succeed. And usually those are really short, like really quick loops of gameplay also that are being restarted.
So I was going to get all the armor, and I'm going to choose not to do that.
Okay.
And the reason is because there's one specific piece of armor that I just don't want to get. In Duck McWhalen's stage, you have to go back there with his weapon to get it. It's a forced re-entry into his stage.
Okay.
Because you have to use his weapon as X, and getting through the first half of that stage as X is a freaking nightmare.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna get the ultimate armor with X later, so that'll be the armor I have. I don't need the Falcon armor.
Okay.
The Falcon armor though is maybe the most fun armor in any Mega Man X game. You get to fly around. You fly around in it.
Just flying around?
Yeah, just flying around.
Wow.
Run around.
Pretty impressive.
Run around, flying around.
What are you doing here?
I gotta hit these switches to get the doors to open.
These are switches?
Yeah. And I'm going around. Ah, shit. I was standing in the door hoping like maybe I could just get it to not close on me.
Nope. It closed on you.
Yeah. That's another thing that is good about this game. Tons of checkpoints. Like, here's where I died.
Yeah.
That thing is a piece of shit. That thing in the middle there.
Yep. I can tell. Who are these guys?
They're nameless Mega Man, yellow Mega Mans. I don't know. They give you a 1-up and fill up your life a little bit every time you get one, so that's why I do it.
Well, why don't they go, thank you? And then
Thank you.
Pull out a little sheet.
And then, pull out a sheet to reveal
like a banana or something.
Right. Or, a machine gun.
Yeah. Or like a turkey. You know, the various different things that you can get. Why don't you ever
Or a pile of shit, I think, is one of them.
Yeah, I think that's one. Why don't they ever give you like a... Why don't you ever eat like a bunch of turkeys and they get really fat? And it goes like, big.
Big. If Mega Man was Metal Slug.
Yeah.
How awesome. See, okay, remember the last checkpoint that took me right to that place? Here I am. I'm in a different place now. Like, there may be 4 or 5 checkpoints per stage. Which is awesome. I love it. Yet another reason Mega Man X5 is the best Mega Man X game.
Yep. Well, it is your favorite.
It is one of my favorites. I really do like this game.
Yeah, but
yeah, that's the worst part. And the music. The music really does suck.
Yeah. X4 had such great music.
Yeah, it did.
What a disappointment.
X1 through 4 had great music, and then it just like it's like they maybe like got a new music director or something at Capcom, or maybe just for the Mega Man team. I don't know. Did other Capcom music start to suck at some point?
I don't know. Oh, well, you know, you said this was supposed to be the last game, right?
Yeah.
In Keiji Inafune's mind.
Yes.
And then Capcom had other ideas.
Right.
I wonder if they were losing people during this, like, leading up to the development of this game.
You think?
Yeah, just losing talent.
Hmm.
Because that happens a lot, especially for, like let's imagine that Mega Man X was a hotshot, you know, team, you know, put together to make a new Mega Man for the Super Nintendo, right?
Right.
You're gonna make the next generation of Mega Man, right? Let's assume that maybe that team of people grew as time went on, and they developed more Mega Man X games, right? This is just a hypothetical scenario. I have no idea what the history of Mega Man is, but let's just assume that Capcom put together a team to be the Mega Man X team, and then as time went on, that team kept making the games and probably growing. Well, what happens a lot of times with games, especially that get lots of sequels, is that original team starts to splinter apart, and like major talent from like the early days of those games leave because they're tired of working on that game series forever. And so then you have a lot of like the major names working in sound design and character design and such and so on and so forth, story design, tutorial interrupt level design, the text box design.
Right.
You know, those people all leave the game. You know, maybe you know, people who had a really long tenure with the team leave the team because they want to go do something different. And then you get these new people who are not as good at it.
Right. That makes sense.
Who take over. Because by X5, I mean, if we can assume, which I think is probably fairly safe to assume, that the same core team made all the Mega Man X games up to this point.
Right.
Then this would be about the time that a lot of people would be leaving.
Yeah.
Because at this point, they would have been working on Mega Man X for how many years?
Yeah. Well, I mean, not that many. 5? 4? Well, this game came out in like 99, 98, 99. X1 was 93.
This one was 93?
Uh-huh.
Well, how quickly did they get X2 out? 94?
94.
And X3 was 95. And then X4 was 97.
7, and this would have been like 98, probably. So 5, 6 years? 5 years?
Well, that's still 5 years, 6 years.
No, if Mega Man X through X3 were like the original Mega Man team, that's possible. And maybe they dropped off and...
So they could make Mega Man 9.
Right.
These all coincided.
Yeah.
The timelines coincide with one another.
Right. Yeah, I mean, clearly, you know, they worked on 1 through 6, then X 1 through 3, and they thought, you know what? Let's go spend the next 12 years developing a game for the NES.
Well, what they had to do, though, Jeremy, which you gotta remember, though, that Mega Man 9 was developed to look like an NES game on the PlayStation 3.
Right.
So it took a lot of work to make that possible.
Right.
They had to develop a totally new engine that was able to pretend to have bad graphics.
So what they had,
and that took way more work than making
when the
NES
PS1
game.
came out, they were like, you know what, fuck this PS1 thing. We're gonna go develop an NES game for the PS3 when it eventually comes out.
Right.
And so we're gonna be working on that.
Yep.
Tell us when the PS3 comes out.
Yeah. We're gonna get started now.
Right.
But you just let us know when we know what the PS3 is.
Right. So we can actually know how to program this game.
Oh, I see. They've tried to recycle this same level.
Yeah, but it's different.
Yeah, but it's just not the correct perspective.
Look at how terrible the perspective.
It's just completely incorrect perspective. Why did they do this?
Because it looks cool.
It doesn't, though.
It really does.
You know, it looked
It's like
cool.
he's laying down, running
Split
upstairs.
Mushrooms stage looked cool. This does not look cool.
Yeah.
You know what would have made this potentially look cool?
If it
Is
was
if they
more
did
like
it.
Split Mushroom stage.
Well, no, if they had made a new set of sprites just for this stage
Right.
that was from the correct angle,
Right.
then it would look cool.
Yeah.
Actually, it would have been awesome if they had gone to the effort of creating a custom set of sprites for this stage.
It seriously does look like he's just laying down on the stairs,
Yeah, it's,
like scooting himself around with his feet.
It looks retarded as hell. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. Clearly, corners were cut, Jeremy. Clearly.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. So back to getting your shit organized, right?
Yeah.
Capcom needed to get their shit organized when making this game because, I mean, Duff McWhalen. Clearly, nobody was keeping track. It was one of those situations where you had two groups of people who had two totally different ideas about what was happening.
Right.
And you know, the translator, localization person was like, "Oh yeah, this is a game about Guns N' Roses, right?"
Yeah.
And Capcom was like, "This is a game about super fighting robots, right?"
Yep. And that's what happened.
They just didn't have group meet
Right.
to make all this make sense.
I mean, you look at this game, and the first thing you see is a blonde guy running around with a laser sword. And it's like, you know, he could be Axl Rose. But there's a guy in the game who is an actual Rose. So who do we call Axl Rose?
Well, Axl Rose, actual Rose. I mean, I
Right.
think it's pretty clear.
Okay, so we let the blonde spiky or the blonde long-haired guy be just Zero, I guess. We'll just call him Zero because he doesn't need a name,
Yeah,
and he wasn't named before. We just named him Zero just now.
we made this up ourselves.
And I guess that blue guy is probably Mega Man X because that's what the game is called.
Right.
So we're gonna call him Mega Man X.
I think that guy's name is Mega Man X5.
Yeah.
Hard to tell though. Couldn't he just as easily be Mega Man X5?
That's true.
I mean, they're both
Well,
the
I
main
mean,
character.
Look at the title art though. I mean, Mega Man is in front.
Yeah, but Zero is
kind of
back.
like out in the background, like I'm also in this game.
Yeah, but they're both the main character. You can select either one of them.
Yeah.
So I think an argument can be made.
But look at that. You can see Mega Man's like right out front and center, and Zero's like, you can pick me too.
Zero's like, I'm
here.
Hey, remember how I was available as a selectable character in X4? Well, same in this game.
All right, so here's Izzy Glow.
I mean, I think making Zero the selectable playable character was the greatest innovation in Mega Man X history.
Yeah, it was. You know, I mean, I think honestly, like looking back to Mega Man X and playing through it the other day and all that, I think that Zero was meant to be a one-off character. I think he was meant to be like your mentor and guide through Mega Man X, and then he dies off, and you take his place. Like I'm taking up the.
Hey, Paul.
How did you get in here?
Come on, Paul. Come on in.
How did you open the door, buddy?
The door was cracked a little
Oh,
bit.
okay.
Come on in, Paul.
So I think that the point of Zero, as referenced in the much referenced sequelitis video, I think that Zero was meant to be like your inspiration, your mentor, like your role model.
That's just what Aaron Hansen says.
But I know, but I think I agree with it, and I'm looking at it from a perspective of how they created the game. I'm pretty sure that Zero started out as just like your role model, and then later in the game you've gotten as powerful as Zero, so you don't need Zero anymore.
Right.
And then maybe they discovered that he was a fan favorite. Maybe there was like hey Tom's. Maybe there was maybe like all the fans were like, Nintendo Power, tell tell Capcom that we want Zero back.
Yeah.
So the next 2 was about getting Zero back.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm almost certain that they had no plans of making Zero a permanent character.
Are you suggesting, Jeremy, that Keiji Inafune didn't have it all planned from the beginning?
I mean, I gotta say, you know.
Is that what you're saying?
I mean, George Lucas may have known from the beginning what was going to happen in these games.
I bet he did. George Lucas always had everything
hey,
planned.
Do you want to talk about why Star Wars sucks so bad now?
I suppose we could.
Let's just no. I haven't seen.
I'll tell you why.
I haven't seen The Last Jedi yet, but I've heard just horrendous things about it.
I actually liked it.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
I've heard such horrendous.
You know why?
Things
Because it's not a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
It's not bullshit. Okay, it is. It's got lots of bullshit in it. It's very bullshit.
And what about the original trilogy is bullshit?
Huh?
Is there anything about the original trilogy that's bullshit that you don't like?
No.
The original 1980s trilogy.
No, not really.
Okay.
It's just that.
Because that's what I think of when I think of Star Wars. I don't think of the prequels. I don't think of the expanded universe. I think of the original trilogy.
Star Wars is pretty. It's meh. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not bad. But the thing is that all of these Star Wars movies are the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
And this one was not. This one was different. Ryan Johnson
I've
tried
heard
to
it's pretty SJW.
It is to a certain. Yeah, it certainly is. There's definitely a factor in that.
I've heard a lot about like not the director, but the lead whatever over the Star Wars universe now is like we need fewer white people and we need more lead women and we need more people of different races and
right.
Like it's less about like getting the right actors and getting the right feel and you know doing what the fans want, and it's more about let's just
it's
make
about
a
pushing an
clusterfuck
agenda
of this like the most SJW stuff that we can shove into this movie. And that's why.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely true of The Last Jedi. A lot of it was about pushing an agenda, but it was a good movie though. I liked it. I had fun with it because it was not.
I've just seen nothing but horrible.
It was not the standard. Really?
Like, I mean, I think it's got like a 24 on Rotten Tomatoes for audience score. It's like it's not good.
Yeah. It's got a bad audience score, but that's just because the audience score has been bogged down by white supremacists.
You think so?
I mean, yeah. A lot of it.
White supremacists, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why would white supremacists give a fuck about Star Wars?
Because that's like Star Wars is their movie.
Star Wars is the white supremacists movie?
Yeah.
How?
They were all like nerdy people who can't be. I mean, white supremacists are all a bunch of like nerdy shit people who
that's who white supremacists are? I thought they were
because
like
they can't get girlfriends.
redneck,
that's
like,
why they're white.
Hey, motherfucker.
Well, okay, look, white
supremacists.
No, white supremacists are part of the problem.
Yeah.
It's the thing is like white supremacists and MGTOWs and MGTOWs, men going their own way.
Oh, okay.
And just all of those. Shit, what's the other term I can't think of right now? MRAs. Yeah.
Okay.
Men's rights activists.
Okay.
They're all like they're all very closely related groups.
What does that have to do with fucking Star Wars though? I don't, because there's a woman lead in this. That's because there's a black guy in it.
MRAs really don't like it because of all of the female influence. Like because it's so much about females now, and a lot of it is emasculating the men in the stories.
Okay, I'm gonna die on purpose, and I want you to listen to this because of all the shit music. And this track is not good overall, but just the way it starts, I've always really liked it. It's kind of
I like it.
Bassy tone.
Yeah.
And then start doing
but then this sucks.
and then this
Yeah. Yeah, that's bad.
So anyway.
MRAs are the problem. MRAs and white supremacists, they're friends with each other.
First of all, I didn't even know MRAs existed. And second of all, men's rights activists, never heard of that.
Well, here's the thing, Jeremy. You got the SJWs, right? And you got the anti-SJWs, right? And so amongst the anti-SJWs, there are MRAs. MRAs are a major, part of the anti-SJW.
I think I would consider myself anti-SJW.
Well, so would I.
But I don't consider myself a men's right activist.
Well, no, but Jeremy, there's a spectrum of people that we're talking about here, right? So the SJWs represent of course, the women's rights activists and minorities' rights.
Right.
So on and so forth. Or that's what they claim, right?
Right.
That's not actually true, but that's what they claim, though.
Right.
That's the fiction, right?
Right.
Is that they're for women's rights and minorities' rights and stuff like that. And MRAs they're like the
meals ready to
flip
assemble.
side. They're like the flip side to that argument, which is the idea that men are being put down by powerful, the powerful matriarchy that exists out there, right?
Right.
And that's a fiction too. The fiction of the MRA is the same, just the same but opposite fiction of the,
I mean, I can't
SJW.
even see any logic in that at all. But the powerful matriarchy, that's
right. But what is real is that there's something in between where, the SJWs really are pushing an agenda.
Yeah.
And people who don't agree with that agenda don't agree with the SJWs, right? But the problem is that the MRAs are very outspoken. And they really hate The Last Jedi.
Okay.
They really hate The Last Jedi.
Yeah. But
because
I'm sorry, but on a grand scale across the United States of America, you think that the Rotten Tomatoes score of 24 is because of MRAs?
Well, it had a pretty good score early on, and then it just got bombarded by people complaining about the women issues in it.
Okay. And, I mean, are they like abhorrent
women
issues, or is it just a strong female lead? Because
no,
there are plenty of movies that are.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there is no strong female lead in Star Wars.
I mean, she kind of sucks as a female lead.
Yeah, she's a Mary Sue.
Yeah.
She's a Mary Sue, and she's terrible.
Yeah. So what are the women issues?
She's quote unquote strong because she's written to be just like unbelievably overpowered.
Right.
Which is not the same thing as writing a strong character.
Yeah.
You've
well,
just
right.
written a really OP character. That's
being OP. That's like the freaking Hulk, having having no control over his power, and having no personality or anything like that, but calling him a strong character.
Right, no. She's an incredibly weak character.
Bruce Banner is a strong character. The Hulk's not a strong character.
He's
Hulk
strong.
is strong. Right.
He's a strong person.
Right. I watched a really interesting video the other day on the difference between, who would win in a battle versus Hulk and the Hulk. Hulk from 2003, Eric Bana. And the Hulk, as in Edward Norton / what's his name, Ruffalo.
But those aren't the same Hulk either.
Yeah, they are. They are.
They're not though.
Shield shows up and talks to.
Yeah, but
Edward Norton.
Yeah, but the Hulk,
and he has and Mark Ruffalo has flashbacks from the 2008 Hulk movie.
No, he doesn't. When does he have a flashback?
Not flashbacks, but talks about it. Talks to. What's his name? Iron Man guy. What's his fucking name? Tony Stark. About things that happened in the Iron Man movie. Or in the Hulk movie.
When does that happen?
In the Avengers. He recounts things that happened to him as Bruce Banner in the 2008 movie, the Edward Norton movie.
About being in Brazil.
It is the MCU entry, the Hulk entry.
As far as I recall, they essentially retconned that movie because Edward Norton wouldn't return.
No, that's supposed to be the MCU connection between.
Well, it was supposed to be until Edward Norton didn't return.
But Bruce Banner just shows up in the Avengers already the Hulk and already having memories of things that happened in that movie. So
I'll have to rewatch it because I don't remember them referencing the movie at all.
Yeah.
As far as I remember, they distanced themselves from that movie because
there are a couple of different times that he mentions something that happened in that movie.
Well, as far as I can tell, they're different. They're not the same. That's been my understanding.
I mean, where have you gotten that information that they retconned?
From watching the movies.
Oh, okay. Well,
and also from like interviews and stuff about, like with Joss Whedon, who at that time was helming for the most part the MCU overall universe.
Right.
And the fact that Edward Norton wouldn't work with them meant that they kind of they were kind of left.
I mean, it's kind of dumb. It would be completely stupid to throw out that movie from the MCU when it was already MCU-centric because they had S.H.I.E.L.D. and things like that.
They didn't explicitly throw it out, but they have distanced themselves from it. I don't think it is canon. I don't think it's canon, but I don't think it's not canon either.
Right.
Like, it's like just kind of like an unstated thing.
Right.
That it's not really canonical because
of one actor. How stupid! Like, why wouldn't it be canon?
But the thing is, because I mean, it's literally the actor for the Hulk.
Right. But I mean,
right?
I think enough people have enough imagination to go, okay, that actor is not the same one, but we can agree that maybe he's the same Bruce Banner.
Here's the thing, though, Jeremy. Think about it. Nothing from that movie carried over into the rest of the MCU. Nothing from that movie. None of the love interest doesn't carry over in any way.
Right.
You know, nobody. The Colonel guy.
Yeah.
He is not involved in the MCU in any capacity.
Right.
The Bruce Banner of the Avengers and forward has no connection to anything that happens in that film.
Right.
And that is not true of any of the other characters. They all have connections back to their previous films.
Yeah.
With characters that were in those previous films, things that happened in those previous films carry over. And none of that seems to have anything to do with Bruce.
Right.
In the MCU, you know, Avengers universe. So, at the very least, from a writing perspective, they have distanced themselves from anything that happened in that movie because I don't think they want you to associate the two together.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a sore spot for them that Edward Norton wouldn't come back.
It's the one of the things is when he says I put a bullet in my mouth and the other guy spit it out. And there's a part in what was it, the scene in the Hulk movie. Oh, dude! Don't spoil it for me. I haven't seen Infinity War yet.
Oh no! Not Goku. I forgot about that.
I was wondering when they were going to bring Goku in.
Yeah.
Anyway, there is a reference to that in a scene from the 2008 Hulk movie.
Okay, but that's something.
He's holding a handgun as the Hulk, and it's just his massive hand.
Right. Okay. I can see that, but that's a very, very
but why would
generalized?
Why would they even put it in the Avengers if it wasn't supposed to connect it with? Like, why would I don't know.
I don't know. That could be a very generalized scenario for the Hulk.
Yeah.
Like that has very little.
There's another one too, based on a video of
the actual plot connections are like non-existent.
Yeah.
There are no plot connections between.
I'm just saying, like, is it
the
not
2009
that
Hulk
the
movie?
strength of the 2008 Hulk is the same strength as the 2012 Avengers?
Well, sure,
Hulk?
maybe, because I mean the concept was for what they wanted
the
to do.
MCU Hulk. That was the
and then Edward Norton wouldn't show up.
That
was a big mistake.
Yeah.
That was a big mistake on Edward Norton's part. I hope he regrets it every single day. Because
not being the Hulk?
Yeah. Because Mark Ruffalo sucks.
Mark
Ruffalo absolutely sucks.
I actually like Mark Ruffalo.
He sucks. He's the least he's like the least present and actually like effort putting in actor I've ever encountered in my entire life.
That's why I love him, because he's like, I really don't give a shit to be here, but I'm here.
Well, I don't love that about him. I love Edward Norton. I love that guy. He's one of my favorite actors. Edward Norton is great. And he was great as Bruce Banner. Yeah. And that was a big mistake.
No, Ed Norton is a great actor. He just doesn't have really great judgment when it comes to what he should and shouldn't do.
Well, I mean, what his deal is.
What work he should and shouldn't take.
What his deal is that he is he's an artist, right? And that's his mindset, is that he's an artist, right? So when he gets offered a big old contract to work for Marvel a bunch, he's probably thinking, well, is this going to affect my independent films I want to do and stuff like that? Do I want to be tied down to this?
I mean, do you think, has he done
years?
enough things that he wants to do to justify not cashing in just a,
you know, to be honest, I haven't actually
seen paycheck?
I haven't seen him involved in any other movies.
But if he's in the indie scene doing artistic movies,
well, I would usually hear about those. I mean, I run in the circles that would hear about that.
He just he's just not a good decision maker. It just, you know, when it comes to that kind of stuff. I mean,
I don't know.
You know,
he's
when
made
after
some great
after
movies.
Fight Club, you know, studios came to him and they were like, "Hey, do you want to be the hot, spiky hair blonde guy that's kind of quippy and funny in this movie?" And he was like, "No, you know, I don't want to." So then they went to Brad Pitt, and then he's in all the movies now. He could have been Brad Pitt.
I don't think that's how that works.
Is that not how? Is that not how it works?
I don't think that's how that worked out. I think people were aware that Brad Pitt was a talent.
Brad Pitt
is
is
such
hilarious. I love that guy.
He's a true talent.
He really is. He really is.
I'm bummed out that Brad Pitt's not really. I haven't seen him in anything good lately.
All right, I am not gonna fight this guy yet. I'm gonna go ahead and launch the shuttle.
Okay, are we gonna lose 0?
Hopefully not.
Do we have a much higher percentage of success right now?
I probably should have saved at some point.
Yeah, you probably should have. We learn nothing.
I think we have a better percentage now, but I
think we learned nothing last week.
We learned nothing last week. But here we go. So we're launching the shuttle. Hopefully 0 doesn't die.
I think the lack of cutscenes is a major improvement.
Yeah. Yay! It worked.
What are we trying to blow up exactly?
The space colony where the Sigma virus is.
The Sigma virus is
in the space colony.
In a space colony?
Yeah.
Why?
In the space colony Eurasia. Don't ask. I don't know. Dude,
Keiji Inafune,
I mean,
this was like the big finale?
I would know if I ever read this stuff.
Okay.
So anyway, so it worked. But anyway, you can't SDC after you fight this guy. Because his weapon is like a dash slide slash.
Okay.
So when you try to SDC, it stops what you're doing to do his attack.
So you don't want to even get his
I just won't even go to him if I don't, you know, I just won't even go there.
So you can switch between Mega Man and 0, like on a stage by stage basis. See, that's a major improvement.
Yeah.
Over X4.
Yeah. Except that it always defaults to X.
Well, it should default to what you were playing.
Like no armor X. So you always have to change off if you don't want to play as regular no armor X.
Yeah, I mean, it should always default to whatever you were playing as last.
You know what I think is a major drawback, but they couldn't have done it with the multiple armor thing.
What?
Is that when you get an armor piece, you don't immediately equip it. You have to have all 4 pieces of the armor to be able to use that armor.
Oh.
Like, you don't just get the armor piece. You have to get all 4 armor pieces, and then you can equip the total armor.
Well, why not make it to where that you could have that armor equipped, but it just only has the pieces
right, that would have made more sense. And I think X8 actually fixes that problem. And there are 2 different armors you can get in X8, but you can mix and match the pieces.
Oh, well, see, that would also be perfectly fine to do.
But then if you equip all 4 in an armor set, you get a special bonus.
Why are zeros jumping at you?
That's the 0 virus.
Oh, what's the 0 virus?
That's a new virus that was created by 0, I guess. I don't know. Like 0, the Sigma virus. It's like a mutation of the Sigma virus.
Okay.
Or I think the 0 virus was the original virus, and then Sigma like made his own virus or something called the based on the 0 virus.
Okay, that's great and all, but Jeremy, does this game Is this game disc equipped with the CX4 chip?
What do you mean? Oh, so that we can actually see the true form of
so we can have sweet virus geometry.
Right. Yeah. So this game attempts to explain where the the Sigma virus came from, and apparently the original virus was the Zero virus.
And then
Sigma.
Sigma got infected by Zero, and Zero like forgot that he was infected and became everybody's friend.
Right.
Like the cool dude he is.
Ah, shit. Fuck. Hate this stage. This is the worst stage.
It looks fun. Worst stage in the game with the worst boss in the game.
I absolutely hate it. Can you guess who the boss is? Just take a wild guess. Someone we've seen multiple times throughout our journey.
Is it Dingleberry? That guy? That one guy who has no bearing on the plot?
Oh, no. Someone we've seen multiple times throughout our Mega Man
green
journey.
blob green guy?
Yes.
Blob guy?
But he's black this time.
Oh wow, how edgy.
Yeah. Because, you know,
seems pretty good.
I don't know.
Sure. Affirmative action.
Right.
Of course.
He's the worst one, too, because it's, like, absolutely impossible to dodge unless you stay up at the top of the screen and just continually jump up the wall. But you'll see what I mean when I say continually jump up the wall. It's a pain in the fucking ass. Ah, fuck. This is not easy. This is one of the hardest stages in a Mega Man X game.
Is it like the minecart Donkey Kong kind of hard?
No, this is harder than that stage.
Or is it like the fuck this is bullshit?
So right here, you can't dash jump. You have to regular jump far enough away because you have to dash in the air there. There's a lot
then you can't slide down that wall like you just did there because then you'll be sliding down the wall.
That's right. It's a lot of bullshit. This stage is a lot of bullshit. But again, in sequence, it's only about 20 seconds long.
Right.
Like, it's not like a gauntlet. It's just like you gotta get through this and then you're good to go. Fuck me. If I hadn't grabbed that wall, I would've been fine.
Gotta stop grabbing walls, Jim. I know it's like the instinctual thing that you do.
Yeah. Also dash jumping. Like, if you dash jump at the wrong place there, you're fucked.
Mm-hmm. This is forcing you to deny all of your muscle memory.
Yep. That is why this is so hard for me, because it makes you do a lot of stuff or it makes you not do a lot of stuff that you typically would want to do.
Right.
It's a good challenge, honestly. That's another thing I like about this game is there are some challenges like the speeder bike part and this part where, you know, I like to say fuck this level, but honestly it adds an interesting level of challenge to an otherwise not really challenging game.
Right. Yeah, I like the background here.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
You're gonna start to love it even more after it's the only background you see for the rest of the fucking game.
Oh. Well, it's kind of cool looking as it is.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, we're there, bro. We made it through the level. Now we get to fight the fucking devil. Check out the background. See what that is. Can you make it out there? This is what I mean by climb up the wall. I mean mash until your finger falls off. Because if you slide down even a millimeter, you hit him, and then you get into a loop of getting hit over and over.
Oh. I know I can't make out what it is. What is it?
It's a W.
Oh.
Wily W.
Oh. Why?
Because, you know, this is classic Mega Man boss here. This is the only Mega Man X entry he has.
I see. Why did they put him in here? Just for like
nostalgia. This was going to be the last Mega Man game.
Right.
So he's in here, and Ranga Banga, the wall boss for Mega Man 1 or X1. The boss that is literally the wall with the eyes and the nose. You don't remember this guy? He's got like a green eye and a blue eye, and they come out of the wall, and you have to kill each one, the eyes, and then the nose.
No, I really don't.
It's from Mega Man X, the original Mega Man X.
When does that happen?
Sigma 2.
Oh, well, you see, Jeremy. What you need to know about me and Mega Man X is that I only beat it one time.
Oh, okay. But you've seen me beat it a couple of times.
Dude, you are operating under the assumption that I've actually been watching while you play the game.
Yeah, well.
I'm looking at the TV, but I am not watching.
Yeah.
I am completely zoned out.
Yep, see that? Did you see how far I slid there?
Yep.
Another thing about this game, game overs don't fucking matter.
Right, seems that way. Well, I mean, X4 game overs don't really matter either.
You start halfway through the stage, yeah.
Well, I guess that's a blessing. I mean, the stages are effing long.
Yeah.
You need a turbo button.
I do. Do you have a cheater control here?
No, I don't. I only have original controllers.
Yeah.
And we only play on original hardware, so there's no way. There's no way, man. Oh, it looks like Fabian has left us. Well, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Because we didn't answer his last 2 messages.
I guess. But, you know, what I really want to know is where D-Man Stick Guy is.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him
D-Man
forever.
Stick Guy? Where is that Stick Guy?
We need to go find him. Force him to watch our stream.
I mean, you know, he stopped showing up after I put nice comments on his videos.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe you weirded him out.
Yeah.
Maybe he was like, oh no, my mom said not to talk to
what
strangers.
the fuck? Did you see how much? That took more than half of my life away. Shit. That was the easy cycle, too. If you don't get hit by that, that's like the easiest way to beat him. Fuck.
Well,
yeah, he turns into a Wily machine.
I see.
Shit. I'm in the endless getting hit cycle now. Okay.
Doesn't look very endless to me.
Well, if you get hit just the right way, you'll just keep getting hit over and over.
Whoa, what's this Legend of Zelda looking stuff on his face?
That is, I don't know. That means the eye is in the correct location. Because his eye can show up anywhere on his body, but that's like just the normal eye spot.
What is the eye accomplishing exactly?
It's his weak point, so he's got to show it once in a while. A sub-tank. Dude. You know what?
Safety die.
I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna do better. And then I'll use a sub-tank.
Okay. I'm gonna get...
Oh, well, I could have got it.
Well, I don't want to distract you. You seem kind of busy
I mean,
right now.
you know, I could pause the game or whatever. You want to get me one? Whatever. Just grab one. Not a... I'll get a Blue Moon since we still got a lot of those left. Alright. That's just the sound cutting out. Or the music just completely stopping. Okay. Right, yeah. Please do. These beers are way too, you know, decent to drink. Fuck, man. Put your eye down on your foot where it goes so I can slash dash cancel you.
I suppose that's an opinion that you might have.
That's where it belongs, so I can SDC the thing.
So you can SJW the thing.
Yeah. Put it down there, come on. You motherfucker. Shit! Do you think contact damage should do half HP? You think that's what it should be?
It seems
I
about
touched
right.
him, so therefore half of my life is gone.
It seems like a fitting punishment for having touched him.
What that is to me, contact damage or high level contact damage is cheap to me.
Mm-hmm.
Let the guy like actually hit you by like means of using a weapon, not just hurt you more because you touched him.
Yeah.
Like I understand some contact damage, but I don't understand ridiculous contact damage.
Right.
Like, you know, they want to de-incentivize you from just sitting in his hitbox and just wailing away. That makes sense. But making it just like the freaking nuke of his attack, like his attacks take like, you know, 1/8 of your health, and touching him takes 3/4 of your health.
Contact damage should be chip damage.
Yeah. It should interrupt you from doing whatever you're doing. Like, no, you can't stand here. Like, that's too close to him. But it should not be the way that he kills you 90% of the time.
Perhaps there should be like a knockback effect to it,
right,
and a chip of your damage.
Yeah.
Or just a
knockback with no damage. I mean, that would accomplish the goal.
Or a one-hit kill.
Right. Yes.
No matter what your health level is.
Right. Because that would make sense. Okay. I think I'm doing well enough to justify the E-tank now. Because I don't want to do this all night. I could beat him without a sub-tank, but fuck it. This may be cheating, but being down there with his little blocky things, that's absolute hell, so.
How do you mean?
Like dodging his goo blocks is real. I mean, what I was saying is like staying up here in the corner, that's not intended. You're not intended to be able to be back here, probably. As, you know, obvious by the fact that if you barely slide down, you get hit.
Right.
But, you know, it is a way to do it, so.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna go Wily Machine on me now. Oh, nope. Wow. That is... Okay, cool. So now we're through the hard part of the game. I've always sucked at the signal of this game.
Okay.
He's the same. He's just go back and forth across the screen and hit him. But for some reason, I've always really sucked at him. So I might get stuck on him a little bit.
Might as well save.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and save.
We're pretty far into the game. You never know whenever Paul might jump in here and kick the disc right out of the PlayStation. He's been known to do that.
Right. You know, something about most Belgian whites that something that is not in most Belgian whites that is present in Blue Moon. Mm-hmm. Blue Moon tastes a little bit like Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops, eh?
It's got a little bit of a Fruit Loop aftertaste.
Okay. Not sure I've ever picked up on that, but
yeah.
Well, if you say so.
It's a little Fruit Loopy. Alright, so notice the background here. In this stage.
Well, you know, I feel like that Germex is a little Fruit Loopy, so...
Yeah.
Gee, this looks like the same.
Yeah, so hope you liked the last stage.
I did like the last stage.
Because that's what you're getting for the rest of the game.
I mean, it's pretty cool looking. But I can see how it might get old.
Yeah. Come on, Zero Virus. Where are you? Come on out.
Literally, where are we at right now?
We are in, like, cyberspace or something, I guess? I don't know.
Well, like, where is this stage supposed to be taking place?
At point F60964 on the map.
Is that
kind of like what we have to go on right now?
Is that like a place?
I don't know. Dude, I don't pay attention to the story of this game. I don't know where we are.
Have you ever paid attention to the story?
Yeah, like way back in the day. Oh, sweet. Oh, come on. Come on.
What do you...
Zero virus?
What are you trying to do with the
if you get infected with the zero virus, you become invincible and your life refills slowly.
Oh. Well, that sounds like something that you would want to have.
Yeah, because zero is zero, so like other guys get infected with zero virus and they, get virus or whatever. But zero gets infected with zero virus. It's like, yeah, this is part of you. This is your DNA. But I think you gotta get hit by like 4 of them or something. Fuck!
And some spikes.
Fuck!
You gotta get hit by some spikes
Fuck!
too.
Huh?
You gotta get hit by some spikes too. That's always important.
Yeah.
The key to success is getting hit by spikes.
Yep. Oh, this stage is tough. It's not as tough as the last one, but it's pretty tough. It's a bunch of spikes and a bunch of these guys. So. Shit.
Like how the spikes are all wireframe, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
That's a CX4 chip at work.
Yeah. Clearly they did pack a CX4 chip into this disc.
There's probably a CX4 chip in the PlayStation.
Or maybe a CX5 chip.
Right. It was the next generation. So.
Yep. Yeah, but where was the CX3, 2, and 1 chips?
Right.
So where were those?
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, where was mode 1 through 6?
They do exist.
Oh, do they really?
Yes.
So mode 7 is just the one that got commercialized?
It's the only one that people know about because mode 1 through 6 are all pure 2D functions of the Super Nintendo, so you wouldn't really know one from the other unless you knew very specifically what the differences are.
Mode 7 is a 2D function as well, right?
Well, yes, but it's a way of manipulating a 2D background in such a way that you can make it look like a 3D.
Right.
It's a 2D background manipulation mode. It's the only real function of it, but modes 1 through 6 are just of various different modes, various different ways that it can handle background, foreground layers.
Right.
And different games use various different modes.
I see.
Depending on what they needed to accomplish.
Right.
Background manipulation is really important in the Super Nintendo for certain effects, so...
Here we go. This is Rangabangus, so see if you remember him.
Are you sure it isn't Rose Mc / Bud Mc
what?
Whalen?
What? Okay.
You know,
I get it. Yeah. So you remember him?
Yeah, I do now.
And with this music, this is the exact music from that game too?
Yeah.
His nose didn't look like that. It was a little different. And the spikes weren't wireframe. I may actually die here. But can you see how much easier this guy is than the previous boss he just fought?
Just got a damage boost your way through all those spikes.
So this game was all nostalgia. It was like, let's bring back some music from the old games.
Let's bring back all the text boxes from the old games.
Well, not that, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it makes sense though. They wanted to make the most Mega Man X.
Well, I mean, there's Mega Man nostalgia, there's X nostalgia. I mean, it's all here. So clearly, this was meant to be the last game of the series. And then they were like, nah, fuck it, we're gonna make 3 more.
Should have damage boosted through those spikes.
Oh, no, what I'm gonna do this time is not hit the nose until last. Because fighting the eyeballs while the walls are closed is annoying. And the walls stay closed after you kill the nose.
Oh, I see.
So you can fight the eyeballs in the open space here if you do it before you kill the nose.
Now, why is this guy called Rangda Bangda?
I don't know. Probably in Japanese that means like evil wall or something. I don't know.
Wall monster.
Right.
Just like a hike a leg.
Right. Magna hike-a-legger.
Yeah.
What a dog does when it has to pee.
Yeah, yeah. Or our favorite, wheel alligates.
Right.
Or wire hedamarl.
Yeah.
Wire hedamarl.
Wheel alligates, that's just a funny way of saying wheel alligator.
Right.
Wire hedamarl, that just fucking doesn't make sense. Do you think hedamarl is the Japanese
I'm sure that
word
some
for
Japanese.
sponge?
I'm sure that some Japanese word that applies.
I just don't understand. Like, we went back, you know, when I played X2, I went through each of the bosses' names, and I was like, I was trying to figure out, like, what the logic behind these names are, because a lot of them are English words, a lot of them are, like, pseudo-English words, like alligates, and then a lot of them are just nonsensical words, and I'm just trying, like, is that how Japanese people speak?
I don't know, man.
If they were trying to chain the words wire sponge together, would it come out wire hedamarl?
I don't know, dude. There's a language barrier there that we don't really understand exactly what was happening, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, they put the...
Check out the badass background in this stage.
Oh, dude,
it's red
pretty
this
sick.
time.
It's pretty sick.
It's red this time.
Gotta admit, I'm pretty impressed by it. I don't know, I still think it looks cool. Even if it is the same background that we've been looking at, it is still a pretty cool looking background.
Right. Notice anything different about this stage?
You're Megman.
Yeah.
Why are you Megman?
Megman.
Why though?
This is the stage you get the ultimate armor in, and you have to be X to get it.
Regular X?
Plain X with no armor. Yeah, that is what you have to be. Regular X with no armor to get it.
So if you're not, and you come down here,
It's
Dr.
not
Light,
there.
like...
The captain's not there.
Oh.
Only if you're regular X.
I was hoping that Dr. Light would be like, nah, fuck you.
You're Zero.
Well, I mean, I was just like, even if you're a Mega Man, then like just a different armor.
Dude, you already have some armor. You don't need this.
Whoa. This is reserved only for Mega Mans with no armor.
Yeah. So now I will go fight the Skipper. The Skyver.
Okay.
Because I won't be playing as Zero anymore.
Okay.
Because I'm going to kill him. Right now.
Hey, it's Wily.
Yeah. Because Zero.
Why is Zero...
Why is Zero using attacks that we can't use when we're playing as Zero?
Right.
I'll tell you why. Because this is the exact same Zero battle from Mega Man X2. And that's back when they were like, they didn't know what the fuck Zero does. So sure, he shoots Mega Man Buster and slashes a sword that shoots a projectile. Which is also pretty cool that they rehashed the Mega Man X2 boss battle. If you'll remember, he punches the ground and does that. Except in X2, it actually destroys the ground. In this, they were just like, nah.
Well, this is only nostalgia callback. It's not really, like, you know, real.
If I game over, I'll start this stage over as Ultimate Armor X.
Okay.
Wow, I had something in my eye. Made my vision blurry. I looked up at the life counter. I thought I had 7 lives left. I was like, I really hope I don't have 7 lives left. Because I really do want to just restart this stage as Ultimate Armor X.
Let me ask you this, Jeremy.
Yeah.
How much more game do we have left?
The next stage is the boss refights and then Sigma.
Well, this is gonna take forever. It's already 11 o'clock almost.
It's not. It's 10:43.
We'll have time. I want to go to sleep.
Dude, we always play till 11:30 or so.
I'm tired though.
Why?
I had a long day of hard work.
I mean, I could like really like skill up and you know, beat him, but I don't wanna.
Wait, what?
I could get good. And beat
But
him.
you don't want to though.
No, I wanna use the ultimate armor.
Oh, I see. Well, fine. Ultimate armor. What happens if you're 0 whenever you go into this level?
You fight X.
Oh, why?
Because you fight whoever the other person is.
But why though?
Oh, because they both think each other is possibly becoming a maverick.
Oh.
The fight's destined to happen because they both think that the other may have been infected with the Sigma virus. For what reason?
Reality, Zero
I don't
was
know.
infected with the Zero virus.
Right.
Which is fine
which means
because
nothing.
it's his virus.
Right.
Oh no, X, I'm becoming more me. I'm more me than I've ever been.
Right.
So what's the why do you want to fight as Mega Man then?
Well, I want the ultimate armor for the boss rush.
Okay. Why?
For this.
What's it? Oh, just for flying around?
Yeah.
I see. Well.
Here. Zero. I thought
you'd be here. Here, I came here to bring you back.
My instincts told me I could find clues somewhere near here. Near Vader. You and You don't tell me, little Jack.
Don't
my
tell
virus.
me what to do. My own I
Again, why were you there? No, you have been affected by the virus. In fact, you have become more powerful with infection. Why? Time nice to find we have a mission to accomplish, but I'm really worried. See, you'll bring me back to the base, even if you have to fight me. Actually, you can't dare to fight me. Your big heart, that is your kindness and your weakness. I am okay. Trust me. There you go. That's the reason they fight.
X, what the fuck, man? Like I thought we were bros.
This is what the ultimate armor is. It's just cheese.
I thought we were bros. X, why did you kill me? What the fuck, dude?
Why did you literally kill me? Yep, there you go. Wow! I thought I won! I didn't expect that you to do that. I never expected you to use soul body, whatever that means.
What?
Oh, I'm losing consciousness.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's going on here?
If you watched when he was blowing up, a little like zero shadow thing came out toward X. So basically, they both beat each other.
Ah,
that's how it ends regardless.
XX. Dot.
You've done very well. I'll make your end easy.
No, I won't allow you to.
I thought you were gonna read it out.
Nope.
What? You pitiful fool.
What? Yeah. No, I won't allow. It's the same line.
Yes, it is.
Did they even write? Did they even have writers?
Haha! You're as persistent as
Is that what Zero
ever.
sounds like?
Sigma. Whatever. Okay, here we go. Blast! Blast! I haven't completed you. Completed you?
What?
I will retreat now. Completed you? Somehow I know you two will come again. I'll be waiting for you. Ha ha ha. I will defeat you without fail. I'm trying to use all the accents I know. So I had some like Russian, maybe some Japanese.
Yeah.
Maybe some the head of Konami.
I think that Zero would sound like the head of Capcom.
Who does the head of Capcom sound like?
I must go back to my my family's garden.
I thought that was Konami.
No, the Konami.
That's who I was talking. That's who I was talking about.
No, Konami is like.
Oh, he's the guy. He's the bald guy with the beard, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, look, this is where we are.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, he's the bald guy.
I've got some money you guys can have for
free. That's who I meant. Okay, so the head of Capcom.
Yeah.
Is who I was thinking about. Oh, we should watch that before I leave. I haven't seen it in so long. Mainly, I want to watch it just for Mine Here's Brent, which I could just listen to on the way home.
Anytime you can. Anytime you could listen to it, you would be fine.
That is where I heard about. That's where I first learned of Ramstein.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
Yep. And for so long, I didn't even know. Like, I still didn't like look them up or see who they were. I was just like, it's the theme song to Decline 2. And it's fucking awesome.
Wow, this is a pretty distracting background.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, okay, so there is different backgrounds, but the first 3 Sigma stages are. It's
kind of cool, but
it's
it is really distracting.
It's really distracting.
Where are even the platforms?
Because every platform is transparent, all you're seeing is the background through. Oh shit! All you're seeing is the background through the platforms. Mm-hmm. Like that little flashy gray thing there is something you can climb on.
Right.
But all you see is the background through it. So.
Right. This is bad game design.
It is. Okay, so look, we've pointed out a lot of flaws about this game. I agree, it's no masterpiece, but it's fun to play, and that's all.
It's bad game design.
Okay, so here we go. The longest boss rush in Mega Man history.
Even though you got your ultimate armor?
Oh yeah, it does chip damage, but it's just, you're invincible while you're doing it, so.
I see.
Look at the life bar.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah. Okay, it's not chip damage, but it's not much damage. But see, I mean, you're not getting hurt the entire time. So
why didn't they ever do it's up to Freakin'?
A what?
It's up to Freakin'.
What is that one?
It's a
spinning roundhouse kick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They should have done more Street Fighter moves. The Mega Man X1 and 2 are the only ones with Street Fighter moves.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
X3 had a really cool power-up system because of like the Z Saber.
Well, X4 had the Hadouken.
Well, yeah. Well, no. I mean, no. X4 had X4 had Hadouken and Shoryuken, but it was Magma Dragoon that did those.
Right.
Things.
Yeah. My bad.
He does though. He says it. Hadouken, Shoryuken.
Yeah. I always thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I was like, Street Fighter stuff.
No, you weren't, because you didn't know what Street Fighter was.
Yes, I did.
When you were a kid? When did you play Street Fighter?
Well, you explained to me that was stuff from Street Fighter, and then I knew about Street Fighter and stuff. I mean, yeah,
but you didn't know about Street Fighter before
on
Mega
the Super
Man X4.
Nintendo.
We weren't allowed to play fighting games.
Oh, but my friends had it.
We weren't allowed to play fucking Super Smash Brothers because it was too violent.
No, we were allowed to play it. They just
we were not. I tried to buy Super Smash Brothers. They didn't let me.
Jeremy, we rented it.
Yeah, and they said no more of this violent crap. It's too violent. It's Mario characters.
Yeah,
fighting
that's
each
what
other.
makes
It's
it
too
bad.
violent.
If it was Street Fighter, it'd be fine because they wouldn't be Mario characters.
Wow.
Well, you know, it's perverse. Taking all these cute little Mario characters and making them beat each other up. It's just messed up. It's not right. It's much worse.
I gotta say, man, I don't
If
think
you got
we
big
would have
muscly guys.
If we were not allowed to play Super Smash Brothers, we would not have been allowed to play.
I certainly didn't have Street Fighter. That's not my point.
Okay.
The point is I knew what Street Fighter was.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It was before your time.
What? How?
Because there were no real current Street Fighters when you were at the age to go to friends' houses. Street Fighter 2 was the last.
There was Street Fighter 3.
You played Street Fighter 3?
Yeah, it was on Xbox. Everybody. That was one that
I don't
people
know. I didn't
had.
realize that was one that anybody really cared about.
Yeah,
I don't ever hear about Street Fighter 3.
Street Fighter 3, Third Strike.
I hear about Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 2 Alpha, Street Fighter 2 Turbo Alpha, Street Fighter 2 whatever other incarnation, and then Street Fighter 4.
Well, actually, what was popular during my generation, what was popular when I was growing up was the Street Fighter Alpha series. Mm-hmm. That was popular, but then also Street Fighter 3. Yeah. Specifically Third Strike. That's the best version of Street Fighter 3. Yeah. It is the black sheep of the Street Fighter series, but it has a very, very strong following. The problem with Street Fighter 3 was that they had only like one or two original characters from the older series. They created original characters for the whole thing.
That's so terrible. Don't take a well-loved series and change it. Well, just stick the same characters in there and add some new ones.
Well, they wanted to do something totally new with Street Fighter 3. I mean, Street Fighter 3 was called The New Generation.
Oh, yeah, that's a bad idea.
And the idea was that they were going to completely retool...
Everybody has their favorite Street Fighter character.
Well, the idea was they were going to completely retool the game and do a bunch of new concepts for how characters would work. Mm-hmm. The Street Fighter 3 has much more complex character types than previous Street Fighter games. Mm-hmm. They have lots of like weird like charge characters and stuff that require like really specific technique to be able to use effectively. Yeah, it's very complicated. Like one of the standout characters from Street Fighter 3 is Urien, and he is in Street Fighter 5 also, and he's a major competition.
Oh fuck. Oh, I thought that was death. Okay. No. Wow. I was like, yep, I'm dead.
But Urien, for example, is a major competition.
Whoops, now I'm dead.
Is like a major Street Fighter 5 competition character. Mm-hmm. Very, very popular. Okay. Because he has a technique. He has a fighting style that is so weird, like different. Yeah. Because he's a charge character. All of his attacks are stronger. He has attacks that can be charged up over time and then used. He has like shield barriers he can put out that damage people, and it's like he doesn't have any traditional like fireball type stuff. Right. He has like shield barriers he can throw out in the stage, and then if you hit them, then they hurt you, you know. And he can like trap you into loops of like damage. Almost kind of like stun locks that he can get you into if you make mistakes and stuff. So that's all of Street Fighter 3 was trying to build much more technical characters. Mm-hmm. And so they had to do new characters because they didn't want to just have the same old characters and completely change up their mechanics. But at the same time, people weren't happy that they couldn't play as Cammy.
Well, yeah, I would have been really pissed if I couldn't play as Cammy.
They were mad that they couldn't play as Cammy.
I mean, Cammy's not my favorite character to play as, but once in a while, I just want to go over to Cammy for a little bit, you know.
People weren't happy they couldn't play as Blanca.
Yeah, fuck.
People weren't happy that they couldn't play as E Honda.
So you get it, right? Taking Cammy out was a bad idea.
No, I mean, I would agree with you on that. But Third Strike, they added a lot of the original characters back in. Right.
So that was like the quintessential Street Fighter 3 experience then?
Well, yeah, most people would say Third Strike is the way to go if you're going to play Street Fighter 3. There are some people who say Second Impact is the best one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Nobody vouches for the new generation.
Wow, they definitely named Second Impact with Third Strike in mind.
Well,
I mean, that's definitely that was all planned out from the beginning.
Well, the new generation is the one that I don't think anybody is like an advocate for that.
Right.
Game. Like the new generation is generally like.
I don't even remember that game coming out. I don't even remember any Street Fighter 3 at all. I played Street Fighter 2 growing up. I remember when Street Fighter 4 came out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a gap in my mind between all the Street Fighter 2 incarnations and Street Fighter 4.
Well, the thing is, Street Fighter 3 never had the popularity that Street Fighter 2 did.
Right. So how did 4 become so popular?
Because they did a good job with it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big tournament game now, right? Like
well, not anymore.
Oh, it's 5 now?
Not anymore. 5 is completely taken over the tournament scene.
But at the time it was, though.
Oh, yeah.
4 was like the game.
4 was the game. And now 5 is the game.
So clearly they've nailed down the Street Fighter formula at this point.
Well, no, some people would argue that 5 has got a lot of problems. Oh. Actually, a lot of people would argue that it has a lot of problems, but it did become really popular.
Does it have a lot? Does it have a lot of problems with spam? Is that an issue?
Well, what they did is they changed the input timings in it to make it more accessible.
Yeah.
And like pro level players are kind of frustrated with it because it used to be that Street Fighter inputs for certain like for a lot of like execution for like special move execution and stuff, inputs had to be frame perfect.
Oh yeah.
And now they have like a 3-frame like. I think that's what it is.
Oh, like buffering your down forward or quarter circle thing like that.
Your execution doesn't have to be nearly as tight in Street Fighter 5 for you to still get.
I like that better because I'm not good at execution.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not great at execution either. So Street Fighter 5 is easier to play, but people think that's frustrating, and I get it.
Surely it's not a 1-frame window even in Street Fighter 4 or 4. A 1-frame window?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Inputs have to be frame perfect.
1/60th of a second?
Yeah. Inputs.
Wow.
Well, yeah, no, I think it's 1/30th of a second.
Oh, it's
I believe it's 30 FPS game. But yeah, Street Fighter 5 has I believe that I am correct in saying a 3-frame, like buffer for you to where that you don't have to execute.
Forgot that was a hidden block section.
To where that you don't have to execute the inputs frame perfect.
Right.
But the thing is, like, the frame perfect aspect of it is purely like timing of how the series of inputs happen. It's not like you have to like hit something on a certain frame. It's just that your input timing has to be frame perfect.
Okay.
Right, so if you go to execute a Shoryuken or a Hadouken or whatever,
you have to execute them all within 5 frames.
You have to execute each input within the frame, like the frame time that it's supposed to happen, right?
I gotcha.
Whereas in Street Fighter 5, you have much looser frame times. You have like 3 frames of variance from input to input, so you can be more sloppy and still get highly technical moves.
Hey, let me point something out about this section to you, and the decline of Mega Man overall. Now, there have been some challenging things in this game, like I've pointed out, that have been fun challenges. This is the dumbing down of Mega Man, and I've died to this twice because of impatience. I mean, it really is why I've died these 2 times. But I'll show you. You know the invisible block sections, and they're famous for being kind of a puzzle. You know. This is the invisible block section you get in this game. It literally is just waiting for the next ones to pop up. Like there's no timing. You know, there's not any that like appear above you or below you or
right.
Like
it's just that it's the next section that you got.
You jumped on the wrong one. Fuck you. You're in the pit now. It literally is just stand on it till the next ones appear, then jump to those, and then this one's gonna disappear in a minute. So you gotta hurry up and jump off
right.
it, you know. And then the next ones will appear after this. This is it. This is the block section.
Yeah, it's not the same kind of.
Yeah, this is it. Which, to be fair, this is the only one in the Mega Man X series that I know of, and this is just a throwback to the classic Mega Man series. Like, you know, hey, you remember those hidden locks that popped up once in a while?
Yeah, but they didn't try very hard.
Right. Now I'm on sub-tanks. I'm good on sub-tanks, so I might be able to finish this now.
What's this background?
The pods that X and Zero were discovered in however many years ago.
Oh, we're there. We're looking at those.
Yeah, I guess apparently Sigma has them now for some reason. I don't know. Not a lot of explanation as to what the fuck's going on. Just let you know.
Sigma looks pretty cool.
Yep. Here's a throwback to the Mega Man X Sigma. Doing this dashy shit back and forth across the room.
Man, this music could be pretty cool if they had chosen to do different sounds.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's very like music boxy. Like not real instruments, but
it's kind of a cool tune.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if it was like a shredding guitar wailing away?
Well, there is one at the very beginning.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about that.
It goes away pretty quick. Oh yeah. It goes away pretty quick, but listen, I mean, if you hear the beginning of the song, I believe you have to talk to him every time. Maybe not. No, you don't. Yeah, there's a little bit of shredding guitar, and then it goes to this bullshit. The positioning on getting that hit is pretty tough.
The PlayStation has trouble loading the audio half the time.
Right. Okay.
Good stuff.
So I'm pretty close to needing a something, but I might be able to get a couple of hits off on him before I have to use one. I don't want to waste my sub tanks because then I have to farm for more juice if I die on him, you know. I don't want to waste a sub tank.
Right.
Yeah. Check out this final boss. This is also a throwback to the Mega Man X1 boss.
Right.
You know, him being in the background and having two hands that fly across the screen.
Yeah, but he looks super weird in this one.
Yeah.
I don't approve.
I don't know. They were going for a real, like, cyber type, like, weird, like, I don't know. I don't know what aesthetic they were going for in this game, honestly. So this is all he is, but there are just attacks he can do that just drain your health. Like this. If you get hit by one of these cubes, it gets you pretty good. That's it. Okay. Well, wasn't as hard as I remember.
Did you beat the game?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure seemed hard.
I didn't fight the Skiver. I should have gone back and fought him, but...
What's that?
He's a horseman wing guy. He's a Pegasus man.
Okay. Oh no, Zero.
And then this happened.
Is he dead for real this time?
Yes.
Zero.
This does set up Mega Man X6. Wasn't intended to. It was intended to be the end. Zero actually died, and that's the end. But and Sigma actually died. Like, this is the end of Sigma. So think about this from the perspective of this being the last game.
Oh, and did Mega Man die also?
Sort of. How persistent you are. Die. In Sigma.
In Sigma.
So Sigma, you know, okay, so we've dealt with the Sigma virus, which is what's caused Mega Man X1 through 5 so far. We've dealt with that. And we've dealt with Sigma himself. And Zero's dead. It seems like it's really wrapping it up here, right?
Yeah.
And look, here's X. He's got a hole through his chest and he's missing all. He's gonna go become Darth Vader now.
Seems about right.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that music? Was Dr. Light stepping in to make sure X made it?
3 years from then.
3 years from then. So okay, here we are. 3 years later, X is there, but Zero is not there. And he's just back, you know, to hunting just some Mavericks. And look what he's got. He's got Zero's saber. You know, he's Captain X now, and he's got Zero's saber.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll do it with you, Zero. We'll do it together because I have your saber.
Right.
And that's it. That's the end. That's the end of Mega Man X. And then Mega Man X6 comes out, and it's like, ha ha ha, just kidding, guys. All that stuff that just happened, don't worry about it.
So is Zero back?
Yes.
So is Sigma back?
It does explain it.
So is Sigma back?
Yes. So I mean, this was intended to be the last game, and then no joke, X6 came out 8 months later. It was almost like they weren't like, it wasn't like they were, you know what we should do? Make another Mega Man X game. What they were more like is, what the fuck are you doing trying to end this? No, we gotta get more of these out. We gotta print some more money. Yeah. Get it out there now. And I don't know that Keiji Inafune had anything to do with the other Mega Man X game.
It's like Keiji Inafune was like they were finishing up this game, and then Keiji Inafune looked on his work and said, you know, dusted off his hands and said, I'm done. And then Capcom busts through the door and is like, all right, time to make the next one. And he's like, what?
No, this is the last one.
I thought we talked about this.
Yep. So that's what happened, and that is what happened. You can see that clearly this was supposed to be the last Mega Man game altogether.
Right. It really does feel like a real Metal Gear Solid 4 type situation.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't played.
Where all the loose ends are tied up, all the you know closure has happened, right? Yeah. And you're like, okay, well, yep, that's it. That's all the Metal Gear will ever get. Right. And then they make, you know, like 6 more games after that.
Right. Well, the easy way to make sequels after the end is to make prequels.
Well, then that's exactly what happened with Metal Gear.
Like games that happen like when you behind the scenes and.
Yep, that's exactly what happened with Metal Gear.
Yeah, which is okay if they do it well.
They didn't.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I mean, there's always things that people are going to talk about in game that you don't see on screen.
Right.
And then later they come back and make a game about it and be like, you know that thing we talked about in this game? Well, here's how that went down.
Right.
That's kind of cool if they do it right.
Yeah, if they do it right.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's done poorly. Because a lot of times it's like, all right, let's cash in on... What can we cash in on?
Right. Okay, so here's the plan, guys. I'm not going to play Mega Man X4 tonight. Here's the plan. Next week, we'll play X6 until we're tired of playing it.
What's
pretty sure I'm not gonna beat that game.
Why?
Because it's frustrating.
Okay.
It's boring. It's frustrating, and there are parts of that game where I just want to give up.
Okay.
Because it's very, very tough. It's the hardest Mega Man X game.
Okay.
It's very, very hard, but hard in like that way that like there's spikes fucking everywhere, and like you make one wrong move and you're in the spikes. That's not fun to me. That's not fun gameplay. Also, there are 2 bosses. One is High Max, and he's invincible most of the time you're fighting him, and he has a very short window of being able to hit him. The other boss is Gate, and Gate can only be hit by reflecting one of his projectiles back at him.
Okay.
And you're playing over a pit on these tiny little platforms, and he can fly around, and you have to jump around these tiny little platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And then he throws a projectile, and no joke, when you hit the projectile back toward him, it splits into 6 pieces and inevitably hits you every time. So every time you hit him, you also take damage.
Okay.
It's the most frustrating fight ever. That on top of, hey, I beat it in an hour and 3 seconds. In game time. It's different than real time. Also,
how could game time be different than real time?
Loading screens don't count. Transitions don't count. Gotcha. I think like when the boss meter is filling up, it doesn't count. Mm-hmm. Anything that you in game time is only when you're actively moving something.
So when you speed run, does in game time count, or does overall time count?
Real time counts, because I think text boxes and stuff don't count as in game time, but they count as real time.
Wouldn't it be fair?
Text boxes faster.
Wouldn't it be fair to measure based on in-game time, because things like text boxes don't actually have anything to do with playing the game?
Well, I think it's become like a thing now that part of the challenge of speed running a game is seeing how fast you can get through the text.
Okay,
Yeah.
I mean that's fair. I'm just saying, the skill part of the game, I would assume, is playing the game rather than clicking through text boxes.
It's a lot easier and cleaner to measure it based on RTA because there are a few things here and there that affect in-game time that don't affect real time. And I think they've just decided that real time is a much more effective way of measuring the total experience.
Right. Well, I mean, it doesn't have any variables in it at all.
Right.
So. Well, hey,
So
did you notice
my real
how
time might have been an hour and 15 minutes, but in game was an hour and 3. So.
Did you like the part where you smacked your beer down and it completely just eliminated the music for the rest of the credits sequence?
Did it really?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Yep. You smacked your beer down and the PlayStation was like, "Well, I'm done."
Awesome.
Good old PlayStation.
Yeah. Thank you for so much for playing my game.
Well, that was a game. Mega Man X6 next week. Join us.
Yeah.
Zero has very prominently displayed boobs here.
Zero has very prominent boobs, if you've ever noticed.
No, that's true. I know.
He's straight up. He's got some boobs. But let's see here.
Is Zero a girl? Oh, fan theory. Zero's probably a girl.
He's got that little swatch of cloth over his boobs.
Zero's actually got long hair. Did you know that? Zero's probably a girl.
Yeah. Here you go. I'm going to show you this real quick.
Okay. Mega Man.
Let's begin the training. Hey, she didn't tell me how to walk.
Oh, dang.
I didn't even have it. There was Z-Buster. Then you can attack them from
Z-Buster?
So
what's that?
Z-Saber. Oh, the most useless shot ever. You have to be standing on the ground, and that's it.
I see.
It's not useless. I mean, it's alright, but you have to be standing on the ground.
Right.
Problem. You can't jump. Which, why? Like, why? Why do people create games with limitations?
I don't know.
Don't you want to be able to like dash, jump, and shoot as Zero?
Jeremy, didn't you know that this game is called Jump or Shoot, man?
Right.
You can do either or.
Look at this. This is fighting an enemy with the Z-Buster. It's powerful. It's stronger than your Z-Saber. But it takes so fucking long, and you have to be standing on the ground to use it.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, in case you wanted more of her.
Right. No, this really drives home the point, I think.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
But there is a boss. There is a... Oh, it's Magma Dragoon.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. I'm
Nice.
trying to remember who it was. It was a, I was thinking it was a boss from the previous game. Magma Dragoon. So remember everything he told you, and then go in and slash dash cancel the shit out of him.
Right. You remember that time when we told you about the slash dash cancel?
Right. Wait a minute. You're not even... I wonder how many people don't know the Magma Dragoon is in the game because they never thought to play the training mode before.
Right. I don't know, man.
Anyway, he's just a program. He was just a program, like a training program, based on one of our old hunters.
She didn't really kill Magma Dragoon just
No.
now. You just killed a training program. I see.
Magma Dragoon used to be a Maverick hunter.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that, the story.
Yeah, something about, you know,
rep
rep the force.
Yeah.
We are the strongest, the most powerful army in history. Alright, well, guys, I think that's it for tonight's stream.
Oh, I forgot we were still streaming, actually.
Yeah.
Hey,
so, tune in next week where we don't beat Mega Man X6, apparently.
Well, I mean, we may, but I'll tell you, I'm going to get to Gate, and then I'm not going to want to play it anymore.
Okay.
And that's just how much resolve I have.
And that's where I'll pick up the controller.
And that's where Caleb will pick up. I've beaten that game maybe 3 times in my life. And
that's the point at which I will rage quit hard.
Yeah. I'm gonna rage quit, and it's not gonna be rage quit. It's gonna be like, I don't give a fuck anymore. That's what it's gonna be.
It's the worst. So, it's the apathetic quit.
Right. So because I don't care, I care so little about that game that you're gonna see how little I care about that game. So we will play Mega Man X6 next week. It won't probably be to completion, but we'll play it, and then the next week will be the GameCube game, whatever that's called, Network Transmission. And then after that, you want to come back around to Mega Man and Bass.
Oh, we can try.
You want to try it? You want to try?
We should play Mega Man. We should play Mega Man Corrupted or whatever the.
It's not done yet.
Yeah, we should play it though.
It's not done yet.
Will it ever be done?
It's only been in development for 14 years.
Will it ever be done?
They're still putting updates out. He's still on the Facebook page with current talk on it.
Well,
like, I don't know. That is the longest fucking fan-made game I've ever seen in my life. They've been working on that since like 2001 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's ever coming. You were living in Indiana when I introduced it to you, and I already knew about it before then.
Yeah.
Like that.
We should try to find some other Mega Man fan mods, because, you know,
there's
canonically speaking,
I'll tell you what,
they're probably more canonically accurate.
Mega Man 4 Minus Infinity. Get that one. That game is fucking insane.
What is it?
Mega Man 4, Rockman 4. It's a Japanese one. Rockman 4 Minus Infinity.
Okay.
That game is nuts.
Okay.
It's like a very, very non-Mega Man mod. It's got references to all sorts of games, including like Kirby and Mario, and it's got music from other games. It's just it's like a meme in game form, but it's also a Mega Man game.
There we go. Rockman 4 Minus Infinity.
Yep. It's fucking awesome.
Cool.
I want to play it.
So,
I've always wanted
it's
to
a ROM hack?
It's a ROM hack of Mega Man 4.
Okay. Well, we'll give that a try.
Yeah, and then there's another Mega Man 4 ROM. Apparently, Mega Man 4 was a good ROM hack game. But there's one called Burst Chaser Air Slider.
Okay.
Where everything moves faster and you can dash in the air. So that's fun. But Minus Infinity, I'd love to play. And then there's some fan-made games like Mega Man. What is it called? Mega Man. Ultimate something? I don't remember, but it's supposed to be like the bridge between Mega Man and Mega Man X.
Okay.
Which is kind of cool. Completely fan-made game, but by all accounts, is like one of the best Mega Man games there is out there.
Yeah.
So, lots of good fan games if you want to try to find those.
Okay. We'll look at that.
Yeah, I'm totally down for playing ROM hacks.
Sweet.
Yeah. So
All right.
if y'all
Well,
want to see that on the stream, all one of you that watched this tonight,
yep.
for a little bit, tune in because we'll be playing some. But X6 next week. You don't have to look forward to next week.
X6 next
Lots
week.
of exciting stuff coming down the pipeline, but not next week.
I mean, don't come back.
Hey, you
next
know what?
week.
Here, you know what? We can make an executive decision right now, since this technically is the last canonical Mega Man X game. Should we continue playing Mega Man X games? Do we have to?
I mean, I think we should at least try X6 because at least X6 is, the last Mega Man X game that was made.
Right. I mean, it is the very.
I mean, it may not be the last I mean, this one may be the last canonical game, but Mega Man X6 was the last game made.
Yeah.
In the series, so I feel like we should at least give it a try.
Right.
We don't necessarily have to beat it, but I mean, given the fact that they didn't make any more X games after X6, it seems kind of wrong to play all of them up to this point and then not play X6.
All joking aside, we're definitely not playing 7 and 8.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, guys. If you're big fans of 7 or 8, we're not playing it.
No. Nope.
But yeah, so okay. I mean, we can play it. I don't hate it.
You don't have to beat it. I'm not saying you have to beat it. I'm just saying that. We probably ought to play the PlayStation era games, all of them.
Okay, and then week after next, maybe let's do ROM hacks next week or week after next.
We're not going to do the network transmission game.
We can do network transmission another time, but I really want to get the ROM hacks.
Okay.
Like, now that you brought that up, I really want to play them. So I'm excited about that. So
okay. Well,
really excited about week after next, guys. Not next week.
Yep.
Week after next.
So that's what's coming down the pipe. So we'll see you next week.
Don't try to contact us Thursday through Sunday because we'll be in Branson with our family.
Right, exactly. All right.
All right, later.
We'll see you next week.